before the screen comes, welcome all of us for this morning section. And I want to believe that we all had a restful night. Like our moderator for the day, in the person of Tosi, he has said we intend to finish on time. We intend, because of our Muslim folks, so we will go straight to the point. But my gladness with this topic is that this is a topic everybody knows. All of you are professors here, because to be an CSO, civil society organization, demand generation is your onion, you know it in and out, because any person who is a CSO and cannot do demand generation has not started. Am I right? Hello, please unmute and respond. We want it to
Yes,
be.
you're right.
Yes, you are right. You are right.
Yes, ma, you're right.
I'm only here to facilitate. We are going to be learning from each other. Feel free, unmute. It's a very short slide, but very enriching.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Here we are, the narration. So let me start. I hope I have greeted all of you and standing on the former established protocol for the few days. So let me start by asking us, what is demand generation? Very briefly, or what does it entail? Can somebody just unmute and speak quickly? What can we say is what demand generation is? Can anybody tell me what it entails?
It entails a kind of marketing, a product, marketing, sensitizing people or creating awareness about a product that will, encourage them to, develop interest in it. And for what it entails is marketing.
You have given me just one word there. Awareness.
Hello, good morning. Yes, morning. This is Monica Tonko from Gombe, Azurfa Women. Demand generation entails identification of needs of a particular thing and aware of how to kind of settle it down to make sure that people were able to accept it.
Good. So demand generation is just trying to get people buy-in. Once you have their buy-in, you have stimulated their interest, you can be sure this is very small. Oh, increase the fonts and put it on slideshow, please. Donald, are you hearing me? So demand generation involves, how can we create demand generation? There are 3 keywords that are involved in demand generation. Can anybody remember?
Awareness, creating awareness.
Creating awareness. Okay, you have all tried this morning. Let me not stress us so much. Demand generation, for demand generation to be successful, we must pay advocacy. Am I correct?
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma, you are correct.
Yes, we must conduct sensitization. Am I right?
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma.
So, in a nutshell,
Yes.
to be able to be successful in demand generation, you must be able to pay advocacy, you must be able to sensitize, you must be able to mobilize. Once you get these 3 right, you can be sure your program is near success and will definitely be a success. So here what we are now saying is, what is community advocacy for HPV vaccine? We are being specific here because this is what we are talking about. We know broadly what it entails, but for demand for HPV vaccine, what's the name? Donald, put it on slideshow now. It's too small. Can you people see it? Donald, put it on slideshow.
Okay, it's coming up now.
Can you see my screen, ma?
Yes, I can see it. So go to the first slide. Good. It's better now. You know, we're old, so we don't strain our eyes so much. So what is community advocacy? Because I've already told you that for you to create demand, for you to be successful in your demand generation activity, you must pay advocacy. So in this topic, we're going to be looking at advocacy, sensitization, and mobilization, which will give us demand generation. So what is advocacy? Advocacy is an approach to positively influence the uptake of HPV vaccine in your community of assignment by advocating to the stakeholders. Community of assignment, it could be state, it could be local government, it could be ward, it could be village, it could be this. That anywhere you are assigned is a way of engaging your stakeholders so that they can get we can get positive influence for the uptake of the HPV vaccine. And what does it involve? It involves giving information to the community members about the target age for this HPV vaccine, about the vaccine dosage, how many doses am I taking that make the full course. Some of these vaccines, like other countries, they take 2-dose course, 3-dose course. But for us, which one are we taking? For Nigeria, they should know that it is a 1-dose course that we are going to be giving. Once you take 1 dose, you are fine. There's no point saying come for the second dose. When are we going to get it? When is it starting? We should be able to tell them, come 27th of May, we will start the vaccination. And where are we going to access it? It's going to be from the health facilities. And then there will be mobile posts created, temporary posts in schools, in churches, marketplaces, to make sure that we cover all our target age. It also involves a range of activities, from what? Awareness creation. The first person who mentioned awareness. So you see awareness now coming in. If you don't create awareness, it's going to be difficult for you to garner people, your stakeholders, to give you what you want. It covers awareness creation, sensitization, up to mobilization. When you do these 3 successfully, you are almost on the verge of succeeding. Advocacy ensures transparent communication, that all stakeholders are sufficiently informed about HPV vaccine introduction. All that it involves, they must be adequately informed. So now, as an advocate, you are the one going to advocate for people to take this vaccine in your communities. What do you think are your roles? What are the roles? Just mention 1 or 2 things you as an advocate that you're supposed to do. Unmute and speak. Because I know I'm speaking to professors. Olabisi, yes, go on.
We must be able to convince the people that the vaccine is safe.
You must good. Safety of vaccine is important. You must be knowledgeable. Another person, please unmute and speak. I want it to be interactive.
You must be able to let them know the importance, why they need to take the vaccine and what they are preventing.
Importance, which boils down to knowledge. Yes, go on.
You must be able to convince them that it's not a killer vaccine. It's a vaccine that prevents the occurrence of any cervical cancer.
Good. You must talk to them about any myth, any conspiracy theory that is going about. You must be able to convince them vaccine is it will lead to infertility of our children when they grow up. You must be able, and you must be able to tell them about that. Yes. What other
yes.
one?
You must tell them the danger of cancer for them to agree and go for vaccine as a prevention.
You must be knowledgeable with all the facts so that you can give them the danger, the risk, and what they stand to benefit from that. I know, like we said, we agree to leave today on time. So let us see what we have put. I know you know so many of them. Next slide, please.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, yes. So the role, what is your role as an advocate? What we are talking about here is what? One, you must identify opportunities. You must be able
Me
to.
and the side chick, they find big money too.
Please unmute everyone now. So you must be able to identify opportunities. What are those opportunities you can cash in? And when you identify opportunities, you'll be able to talk to people and influence them. So the opportunities we're looking at, you identify opportunities where you will have most influence, where people have gathered, like political meetings. If they have political meetings within the area, within your community, you can cash in on that and talk to them about the vaccine because you're already knowledgeable and you have the skill, I guess, to be able to talk to them. Organize ceremonies, you identify. Are they going to have any ceremony? Is there a naming ceremony that will take place? Is there a wedding that will take place? Is there any ceremony organized within the community? You can take the opportunity to talk to them about the vaccine. Parents Teachers Association meeting and so on. Town hall meeting. That is also a very good opportunity. You will be able to get all sorts of people, stakeholders will gather there and you'll be able to talk to them. Then you must also identify your community targets. You must identify which community am I talking to. That is, you don't just wake up as you're going, you say, when I see one community, no, I will talk to them. It doesn't work that way. You must identify your community and then the community target. Who are the people you want to talk to in that community? Who are the people? Can you mention one of them? At least you'll be able to, if you say, I'm going to community Angwan Malam, you'll be able to say there, who and who am I going to talk to? Who are the targets I'm going to talk to? Of course, you will talk to the parents, the caregivers. You will also talk to the adolescents. You will also talk to the youth. You will talk to the traditional leaders. You talk to all the stakeholders within that community. So you must be able to identify your community targets. And because this is very important, because when you have identified the community target, you will be able to prepare key messages that will address their concerns. There are some communities that their concern might be this vaccine. The conspiracy theory is saying that it will cause infertility. If you go and prepare a message that is not along that line, do you think they will listen to you? You will have to prepare a message around what their problem is. Others could be, AEFI. They say when you take the injection, your hand will swell. You will have abscess. You will do this. You will have fever. You will have this. So you prepare message around AEFI for that community. Different communities, they have different needs. So that's why it's important to identify your community, know what their challenges are, and then prepare your message to be able to address their concerns. So that when they ask you questions, you'll be able to address, effectively. And if they ask you questions you don't know, instead of telling them lies, please tell them you will get back to them and make sure you get back to them. There is no person that knows it all. It's more honorable to say, right now, I am not sure of this, but give me 2 days or 1 day, I will get back to you. And then after that, you get back to them and say, you people were worried about ABCD. I am now ready to be able to educate you on that. And you know what you are telling them is a fact. Because if you feed them with false information, you have lost it. That trust will no longer be there. Then the next thing as an advocate is that you must enhance the support. How do you enhance all this support? Engage other relevant stakeholders and third-party advocates who are willing to join your voice and add weight to your campaign. What we mean by this is that there are other stakeholders. Don't do it a one-man show. I'm the CSO, so I know it all. No, carry all the other, you might have other CSOs on ground who are also working. In fact, the community might even trust that person better than you. It's possible. Maybe that person has been long in the community. They know him. They trust him. You can have even people, pattern medicine dealers who are in the village, in the community. He has been treating them. In fact, as far as the community is concerned, they might see them as doctors. So work with them. They believe and trust in them. So if you work with them, with these relevant stakeholders, you'll be sure that you will add weight to your campaign and it will make it more successful. Then this may include other local governments. It doesn't mean that niche where you are, you must be confined to that. Other community groups, in the village or in any community, you have different groups. You have age grade group, you have WDC group, you have women, market women association group, and so on. Include all of them, other NGOs and influential individuals. There are people who, when they cough in their community, people will listen and people will believe. So you fish out these people and make sure you carry them along. And then even research organizations. There are research organizations who must have been working in the community. When they do something, they try to share with the community. You may not know because you might be strange in that community. So if you identify such people, please work with them, collaboration. United we stand and divided we fall. Because if you say it's me, you may not be able to succeed as much as you would have succeeded when you are working as a team. So please carry everybody along, those relevant stakeholders, influential individuals, and organizations. Am I communicating? Hello?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Because you know what I'm talking, even much more than myself. Next slide, please. So what are the types of community advocacy? There are many types of community advocacy, but for this HPV vaccine, we concentrate on two. That is, depending on the level. We have high-level advocacy. High-level advocacy, which people are we looking at? That is at the state. Because once you finish this training, you will be deployed to your various states. So the high-level advocacy involves the state governor, first lady of the state. You can advocate to the first lady, state ministry of health, of course, the state primary health care development agency. You advocate to the ES, so that he can also listen to you, even though the program is domiciled there. You can also advocate to the Ministry of Education, because this crop of people we're looking at, they are under education in schools. You will get your target age. Am I right? If you advocate to the Ministry of Education, they will be able to send circular to schools to say, this is what is happening, this and that. I remember in phase 1, when we started, the school was still, in fact, the school was on holiday. They just resumed that day, when we got to the state. The schools were telling us, they said they have not heard from the board, Ministry of Education, that they are waiting to hear from the board. So these are the places we will start, so that they will roll out letters to them to tell them that this is what is happening. They should also be able to accept and allow you speak to the children. The Ministry of Information and Communication, they are in charge of publicity in the state. So they will be able to announce it in the state radio free of charge, and any forum where they are, they will be able to mention it. Ministry of Women Affairs and Youth Empowerment. So they are also very, very relevant, because we're talking of cervical cancer. And cervical cancer is, for us here now, we are talking about girls age 9 to 14. So women affairs is very key, and youth empowerment. These are where the Women Affairs Commission can also send communication to the lower level, so that when you're there already, they know what you're talking about. Then we have the same women affairs at the local government level. So when you go there, they're already aware. They will be able to communicate to them. Local government and chieftaincy affairs is also very important arm, because there you have commission for local government and chieftaincy affairs. That is where the local governments are. They are report to. So if they, from at that state level, they're able to talk to them, and then once you get to the local government, They're already aware that you're coming, and it will not be strange to them. If you go without informing their oga at the state level, you get there, they will tell you they don't know what you're talking about. They have not heard from their commission. The local government commission has not told them anything about it. And in civil service, you have to obey. So it is important you do your high-level advocacy. When you're even doing your high-level advocacy at the state level, you know at the state level, for this campaign now, for this HPV, there's what we call state counterpart funding. And there is what we call a dashboard that is developed. We will give you the dashboard so that with the dashboard, you'll be able to advocate. In the state, by state, is Plateau, for instance, we are supposed to make a social amount available. If we don't, we will not be able to do this. We are supposed to do A, B, C, D. These are the indicators. And look at our red, our state is red. You ginger them. We need to be great to be able to, launch on that 27th. If not, we'll be left behind. We all know what happened in Benue State in phase 1. They were not able to meet up with the dashboard indicators, especially in the area of the state counterpart funding. So they did not launch until much, much later. Don't allow your state not to move with the train. So you, as much as possible, you advocate from all angles so that people will do what they are supposed to do. Now we're looking at the second type of community advocacy, and that is at the grassroots level. That is local government and the community level. Whom are we looking at? When you get to your local government, I had my colleague yesterday telling you that we will have 2 CSOs per state, and each CSO will be posted to a local government as agreed by the state based on the indicators and the criteria that might be given to they know the criteria to select the local government you will be posted to. So when you get there, you cannot just say, I'm here from state, this. You must pay advocacy to the local government chairman. You must give him that recognition, or the secretary. Then also, because it's a woman program, you can also pay advocacy to the wife of the local government chairman. She will also help you to mobilize other women. At that level, you have your traditional leaders, you have your Ward of Development Committee, the WDCs, also Association of Market Women, Youth Organization, e.g., football team, age group, association. There are many groups you will meet there. I'm sure you know all these groups better than myself. So don't ignore any group. Don't ignore any group when you are doing your advocacy, because you never know the voice that will help make things better for you. Hello, am I communicating?
Yes,
ma'am.
you are communicating.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Following.
So these are the types of
we are communicating.
advocacy. Okay, thank you. That we expect for this HPV vaccine introduction to be successful. You cannot do one and leave the other. You do state level, high level, and you also do grassroots level. Thank you. Next slide. So we have talked about these types of advocacy. What are the channels of engaging target audience? We have identified our target audience, the religious leaders, traditional leaders, influential people, market women, this and that. We have identified them. How do we engage them? First, they can be having regular meetings. Maybe in the village, maybe the men can be having meetings every market day. I don't know, I cannot say, or every week they meet. So through that frequent meeting, you can attend the meeting and be able to talk to them about target population, all you know about the HPV vaccine introduction, because that meeting is regular. You cash it in. There could also be ad hoc meetings. Ad hoc meeting, that is meetings that are not scheduled. Maybe all of a sudden they just say, every man, every woman, every person in this community must come to the town hall. There are things we discuss. If you get a wind of such thing, you do what? You quickly whisper to them, and they give you 2 minutes, 3 minutes to talk to them about HPV vaccine introduction. So through scheduled meeting, you can also reach your target population. The third one is confidential letter. You can write a letter. Either normally at the state level, they write letters to churches, they write letters to schools, they write letters, to different organizations. And in that letter, they include facts about HPV vaccine, figures, how many women die of this HPV vaccine. You can say about 8,000 women die of this HPV vaccine annually. And then about 12,000 women get infected annually. These are figures that are facts that will also help them to say, this is a serious thing. So you include facts and figures and then arguments supporting the advocacy. So that is the third channel to engage them. Then the fourth one is an organized event. Organized event, if there's an event that is organized, you can leverage on that event. Organized by the target population. That is, your target population is the people you want to talk to. Who are those people? You see, all of them, you are targeting your target population. So organize events. Maybe they can say, there's inter-house sports today in so-so school, and so many schools are coming. That's what an organized event. So you go there, seek for audience with the organizers, and they will give you 4 or 5 minutes to talk to the people. There can also be a meeting. All the traditional leaders are having their meeting on so date. You see all of them coming from different angles. That's another opportunity. You also meet them. That's an organized event. You can have, so many events occurring in the community at different times in different places. So you cash on those organized events and be able to talk to your audience. So the next thing we have talked about now, if we do all this, we can be sure that we have been able to wrap up about advocacy. If you do all this, and the more you know, you have been able to talk about advocacy, the people you have to advocate to, how you are supposed to advocate to them, and types of advocacy and channels. Now we said what we're looking at today is advocacy plus sensitization plus mobilization. That is what will give us our demand generation, isn't it? Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you are correct.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're correct.
Yes, ma'am.
People, thank you, my people. So,
Yes, ma'am.
So what is sensitization? Can anybody tell me what you think about sensitization, community sensitization, and how can we conduct community sensitization? Quickly, this is so. Take back the slide first. Done are good. Talk to me about community sensitization. There is no CSO that has never done community sensitization. Am I right?
Yes.
So please tell me.
Yes, you are
right.
Yes.
That is one thing we do regularly.
Okay. Community sensitization. Okay. This is Courage.
Courage, you have really been courageous.
Sorry, I think we need to call those that are raising their hands for. So, Barrister Chineye Stella, can you please unmute yourself?
Okay.
Yes, I've unmuted myself. Thank you. Community sensitization is all about getting the community aware, giving them knowledge, getting them aware of what is happening in respect of what you are advocating. In this case, the HPV vaccine, getting the community all aware and creating a kind of buzz around what you are advocating for. In this case, the HPV vaccine. Thank you.
Thank you. So sensitization is equal to awareness, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Courageous girls, yes?
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, community sensitization, like she said, is raising awareness within the community concerning the HPV vaccine.
Yeah. So
yes.
Awareness is coming out again the second time. Next is
Azufa women.
Yes.
Good morning. Sensitization is a kind of selling of idea that need to buy in for a particular thing.
ideas, sharing information so that people that can help buy in. Good.
I just want to add that sensitization is sharing an idea, and also you must speak in the language, the native language of the people, that they will understand what you are saying.
Good.
So
sensitization is not all about.
Sorry, so when you are done talking, please kindly put down your hand so that we can encourage other people to speak up as well. So put down your hands if you are done speaking.
Thank you very much, Tosin. So we know that it's not all about grammar. If you speak big grammar from morning till night, and people don't understand you, they will just be waiting for you. When you finish, everybody will go. You have to come to their level. If you require speaking the language, you have to speak. If you require getting an interpreter, you have to get, so that they will understand what you're saying. Because if they don't understand, they cannot make informed decision. Am I right?
Exactly.
yes, you are right.
Yes,
You are
you are
right.
right.
Go on. Go. Azufa, put down your hand. Glow, speak. Let's be fast. We don't want to waste too much time.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ma. I just wanted to buttress your point that speaking the language they understand, but engaging them. Engaging them means that you speak, they respond, they share their ideas, you add, make input, so that it is a two-way thing. You engage them, so they are part of the discussion. Thank you.
Okay. Ma, do you want to take one more person? I see Adedeji.
One person, yes. Thank you for that information. We must carry them along. Thank you. Yeah. Mohammed, after that, we'll go to the next quickly so that we can round up. Mohammed.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Community sensitization is a systematic way of enlightening people and creating awareness on the importance of that particular vaccine, and then telling them to the risks of not taking that vaccine in order to have their they have the vaccine and know the importance of the vaccine. So that's one.
Educate them to be able to make informed decision, because we have given them correct information. Adeleke, I think that will be the last. You see, I'm dealing with professors. You are making my work easier. Thank you. Adeleke, speak, and then we'll continue with the next.
Thank you so much, Ma. It's just about making people sensitive about an issue. You understand? Now, maybe this particular one is issue of HPV, could be issue of HIV or whatever case study, you understand? So that you intimidate them to make an informed decision that's coming from themselves. Now, when you open it like a counselor, they will choose right from wrong, because you have been able to expose them to everything they need to know about that particular issue. And then you talk about your sensitization strategy, whatever strategy you want to use. There are various strategies.
Thank you very much, Adedeji. Yes, you have added a new dimension of ownership. When you sensitize, they own the program. And when they own the program, it makes it what? Sustainable. They own it, they understand it. Thank you very much for all those wonderful responses. I am happy to be in your group. This is a professor's class. Thank you. Next slide. Let's go to the next slide, Donald. So now we're looking at community sensitization. What is a community? It's a group of people living together with common interests like beliefs, values, language, within the same territory, religion, culture, and occupation. That is what community is all about. There is nothing, it's nothing much more than this. When you get people with all these attributes together, it forms what? A community. So community sensitization on its own is a process of raising awareness. You know, we were talking about awareness, which is correct, and educating a community about a particular issue or topic, in this case, about HPV vaccine introduction, to influence their attitude behaviors, and decision. If somebody whose attitude is saying, no, I can't take vaccine. They say vaccine kills. By the time you sensitize them, you would have changed their attitude. They would say, oh, this vaccine is good. My children must take it too. This one must take it too. My little niece must have to go and take it. Then their behavior. What is that behavior? Some will say, Kai, I cannot take it. But by the time you sensitize and educate them and giving them the right information, their behavior will change. And of course, decisions will be made based on an informed decision will be made based on the information you have given them. What does it involve? It involves making individuals more sensitive, that is, and aware of the specific matter. They own it, they are now sensitive. And how can you do all this? How can you do community sensitization? It can be through what? Focus group discussion, isn't it? It could be through compound meeting. It could be through rallies. There are so many channels you can make, you can sensitize people. You have people doing rally, they are playing music, people are dancing, people will now say, what are these people talking about? You know, they will say, it's the HPV vaccine. Some will be interested, they will listen. Then they can have focus group discussion. You call a group of people and you discuss it, you will see them contributing, you make them air their view, like somebody said. You don't, when you're talking to people, don't make them feel as if they are empty barrels. You are just pouring water. They are knowledgeable, just like we're discussing this topic. I'm only facilitating. All of you have been giving wonderful responses. So you also carry that attitude to the community level. Don't make them feel that they don't know anything. Listen to them. Listen to them. So for the HPV introduction, it involves a process of raising awareness, educating the community about the vaccine to enhance what? Acceptance. Anything you do and acceptance is not enhanced, you have not done anything. The key word there is that acceptance uptake must be enhanced positively, e.g., communicating the belief of the vaccine, the benefits of the vaccine, addressing concerns or misconceptions and the target age group. Some will ask you, why only girls? Why age 9 to 14? Why not bigger girls? Those who are 15, why wouldn't they get 16? Why is it that you want them to die? This and that. But when you give them this information and they know why, that you have taken that particular age group, they will be happy and they will be informed. And then, of course, they will say, this opportunity, let the ones that are within the target group take it first. It also informs the community about the services, like when the vaccine will be available. Yes, you have talked, sensitized people, they are willing. You should be able to tell them, we are going to start by 27th of May for this vaccine to be introduced. It has been introduced in the country in the phase 1 states. Now, and how will you get it? At the health facility, we will create some mobile posts in the schools, in the churches, in the markets, so as in the town hall, so as to reach as many people as possible. Next slide. We'll soon round up, please. Now we go, this is all about sensitization. We said we're going to talk about 3 things: advocacy, sensitization. Now we're talking about mobilization. So mobilization includes activities such as door-to-door, outreach, public meetings, health fairs, participatory theater, and other activities. And there are key steps for community mobilization. You all know that you cannot go into a community and just start. I'm happy this topic was dealt with greatly yesterday when we were talking about community activation and stuff like that. So for mobilization, community mobilization, what are the steps? 1, you must identify and assess the communities. You must identify the community you are going to. It's not by chance. And then you assess them. What are you accessing them? You'll be able to penetrate. We have been taught how to enter a community. So you use that process and assess the community. When you assess, the next thing will be to select and train community spokespeople and mobilizers. What we mean is that you now talk to the stakeholders who will be your Who will be your spokespeople? That is, their people, your mouthpiece in the community. You select them and train them, educate them, so that when they are talking in your behalf, they are passing the right information. Then the third one is to establish a formal structure for effective information flow. How does the information flow? From you. Whom do you give information? Maybe if it's in the village setting, you give to the village head will give to this one will give to that, until it gets to the last people. Not maybe the community will now be the one to go and be talking to the village head. He will feel bad. So you must establish a formal way of information flow. The health facility is there. You know, health facility has been there before you, isn't it? So you must get in touch with the health facility so that information will flow from them. There are people, when you tell something, they want to verify from the health facility whether this is true. If you have not discussed with them, if you have not told them anything, the person can say, don't mind them, don't mind these CSOs, they just come here and be overdoing. Don't listen to them. But if you know your channel, how information will flow, when they even go back to ask, they will confirm and say, yes, it is true. Then finally, identify and implement community mobilization activities. What are those mobilization activities you want to do? You'll be able to identify them because you have taken all these steps. The activities, when you now want to do them, will not be a problem. All these steps you have taken will help you in having a seamless activity. Am I correct? Next slide.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So as a community mobilizer, what do you need to know? You must know your goal. Your goals. What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? And when I want to mobilize people, then what is your target community? Which community are you going to? It's not by chance. You must also know the basic concept of that program you are doing. Then you must have the skills. Know the skills you need to be able to eventually carry out these things successfully. Next slide. Let's take in details these 4 key things. Community mobilization goals and targets. Community mobilization for HPV vaccine aims to achieve several goals. 1, generate demand for HPV vaccination services among the target population, ensuring that they understand the importance of vaccination and are motivated to seek out vaccination for their daughters. That is ownership. When you have mobilized them, they will be able to seek ownership. And when there is ownership in whatever you are doing, you can be sure it's sustainable. Encourage positive health-seeking behaviors among eligible individuals and their families, so they will know that, oh, the 27th of May, they will start listening. Oh yeah, my daughter, you are 9 years old, you will have to go. This one, you are 13, you have to go. You know, so the behavior is there. Then you also increase knowledge and understanding of HPV virus, that is human papilloma virus. It's linked to cervical cancer and the benefits of vaccination among community members. Because it's not just that you're protecting that individual, you're also building herd immunity if you have a good number of people vaccinated. This herd immunity...
Ma'am, you have 30 more minutes, ma'am.
Good, I will finish. You have, with this herd immunity, you will have reduced transmission of this disease. Because if every majority of the people are protected, the transmission will be less. But if very few, it means many people are vulnerable and transmission or infection can continue from one person to the other. So it's important. Then the next thing is the target community. So target for HPV vaccine introduction, community mobilization may include the following: parents and caregivers. These are the target people in the community. Caregivers of eligible girls for vaccination to ensure they understand the importance of HPV vaccination and are willing to vaccinate their daughter. Those are your target people. Then the adolescent girls themselves, to empower them to make informed decisions about their health and seek out vaccination services. If they themselves understand, some might not need directive from their parents because they understand. Then community leaders and influencers to gather support for vaccination efforts and promote positive health behaviors within the community. That is about target. Next slide, please. Next slide. Donald, next slide. Good. So we have talked about goals and target community. Now we are looking at concepts and skills for mobilization. So community mobilization involves engaging communities to understand and act on vaccine, HPV vaccination, raising awareness, building trust, and addressing barriers to successful vaccination program. It involves the following. This is the concept, awareness and education. We have been saying this over and over. Providing information about HPV vaccine, human papilloma virus, cervical cancer, and the benefits of vaccination to the community, including parents, caregivers, adolescents to drive demand for vaccines. Engagement of key stakeholders involving local leaders, healthcare providers, educators, and other community stakeholders in promoting HPV vaccination and addressing common concerns, community concerns. What is their worry? Is it AEFI? Is it conspiracy theory? Is it safety of vaccine and so on? Assist in the delivery of resources and services. This is the concept, what you have at the back of your mind. That's the concept of all this. Then the last one is the skill. To conduct effective mobilization for HPV vaccine, they need the following skills. You must have the following skills. Ability to effectively communicate with community members and other stakeholders to convey the importance of vaccination and address any concern. Somebody said it, if you can communicate in their language, it's fine. If you cannot speak the language, you can get an interpreter. Ability to build rapport and establish trust within the community members and to encourage participation in HPV vaccination. Understanding the cultural beliefs and norms and practices of the community. To tailor your communication and engagement strategies accordingly. You must understand what their cultural beliefs.
We can hardly hear anything. I can't hear anything.
It must be your network. Are you hearing me? Hello?
We can hear you, ma'am.
Yes, we can hear you. Probably it's a network.
We can hear you, ma'am. We can hear you.
We can hear you. This is their network.
Ability to advocate for HPV vaccine at the community level, including engaging with local leaders and influencers to garner support. You need them. So you must have all these skills we have talked about. Next slide. So the next slide is we are going to be looking at. Next slide. So, no. Close this slide for me. What are the advantages of community mobilization? Please just hit me quickly. We have talked about all this. What do you see as the advantage? Okay. What do you see as the advantage? Is it advantageous or is it a useless process?
It is very advantageous.
Please give me one or two before all of you will read this.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, please go on, unmute yourself, Chinyere.
The advantages of community mobilization are that it makes it easy for there to be a great uptake in the vaccine. If the community is actually mobilized, the work of the vaccinators will be made quite easy, and the people will key into the vaccine without much problems. That's one of the advantages.
Do we agree with that? I totally agree. Next.
Yes, I totally agree with that.
Yes.
Yes.
And again, you will get, if not 100, 99.9% support from the community members. They will support your work and you will not be frustrated.
Exactly. Community support is very important. Ownership. When they own a program, they regard it and it will be sustainable. Azufa,
This is where we build community ownership of that project during this mobilization.
Good community ownership. Yes.
Community ownership.
Community ownership.
Sustainability of this project.
Yes.
So it's very, very important. Community should understand in the entire program cycle, from the beginning to the end, community should be involved so that they eventually take up ownership, even at the end of the funding of this program.
Good, because your activity does not end with just the campaign. After campaign, what next? We have routinization. So they will be able to go for routinization and it will be sustained. Let me give you one typical example. There was an NGO that went to a particular community. They built a borehole for them. They didn't discuss with them. They just felt, oh, they still go to the stream far away to fetch water. Let us give them borehole. They did not advocate or mobilize or sensitize the community about what they wanted to do. They felt what we are doing is good. They go far away to fetch water from the stream. They built a borehole around, very close to the house. So when they come back years after, they still see children going to the stream to fetch water. They say, there is a borehole here. Why are you going to the stream? Then they now call the stakeholders. The stakeholders say, we send the children away to go and fetch water, we can meet with our wives. And now you have brought the water so close. Where are we going to send them to go? Before you know it, fetch water. They fetch the water quickly, come back. You see? So you see that the borehole was not useful to them. Not that it's not important, because he did not carry them along. They would have told you that it's not water that is our problem. In actual fact, what is their problem is what? Accommodation. If it's a situation where they have at least 2 rooms, one room, and woman, are we making sense?
Yes, because community mobilization increases raises acceptance.
There was no mobilization. They started their
Can you mute yourself, please? You are disrupting the meeting.
So they just started their project. It's a good project, but it didn't work. So the men and the women, they still send the little children away to go to the stream, so that by the time they come back, they would have had their fun and the children would not know what happened. So that is important aspect of this community mobilization. You must carry them along. Ownership must be there. So let's go to the slide. How many minutes do we have? So these are the advantages. You have given me quite a number.
You have 3 minutes, ma'am.
Okay, so you people now, this is likely the last slide. So somebody read the first one. The advantages of community mobilization. Quickly read.
Mobilizing communities
mobilizing
can
communities.
We have ground rules.
Increase acceptance of the HPV vaccine.
Okay. 1, 2. Adeleke read. Adedeji.
2, by engaging communities, vaccination campaigns can reach more people, including those in remote or underserved areas, leading to higher vaccine coverage rates. Thank
you. Then Mary, read the next one.
Community mobilization can create a sustained demand for the HPV vaccine, leading to long-term benefits for cervical cancer prevention.
Okay, let me take number 4. Mobilization efforts can ensure that vaccination campaigns are culturally sensitive and respectful of local beliefs and practices, making them more acceptable to communities. Thank you.
I will take the last one.
Please, can you wait, excuse me, can you wait for to be called before you? We don't want it to be rowdy. That's why we say, please raise up your hand.
My hands are raised. I will take the last one, Chima. Engaging communities in the vaccination process can empower individuals to take control of their health.
Chima, I say no. I want Edna to read. Chima, you have been talking. Now give others opportunity. So when you go to your community, make sure you give everybody opportunity. There are people, you need to pull them out. Not one person. It's not good. So Edna, this is the last one.
Okay. Engaging community to engaging the community in the vaccination process can empower the community, can empower them to embrace their health and make informed decisions
about vaccination. Are you not seeing well? Esther, read that last one again.
Okay, I said engaging the communities. Okay, mobilizing efforts can ensure the vaccination campaign are culturally sensitive and respectful.
That's not the last one. That's not the last one.
That's not the last one. The last one is engaging communities.
People should wait now. Let the person they are telling to read this stuff. Wait. We are all adults here. Let the person they are telling to read.
Engaging communities. Engaging
Everybody just don't understand. But I don't want it here.
Our network is gone.
So let me take the last one. Engaging community in the vaccination process can empower individuals to take control of their health and make informed decisions about the vaccines. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, Pam.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Next.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Do we agree with all these advantages?
Okay.
Yes.
Mama, we are.
Yes, ma'am, we do. We agree with all the advantages.
Slides. Next.
Next slide.
Donald, next. Let's say thank you.
Okay.
So, let me use the opportunity to thank you people for this interactive session. I have learned a lot from you, and I'm sure vice versa, you have learned one or two things. Also aid you when you go for advocacy, and mobilization.
All right. Thank you so much, Pam. At this point, we'll be going to the question and answer session. Please, I would like us to be as organized as possible. We already know the ground rules. If you are not called upon, please do not speak. Raise up your hand, wait for them to call you before you speak. Please, let's be all organized. Like Farm always say, we're all adults. So if you have any questions for Farm, any gray areas, please kindly raise up your hand. Thank you. Okay, Badaya Sida, can you please unmute yourself and speak? Sida, can you please? Okay, if Sida cannot unmute, can we go to Azufa Women? Can you please unmute yourself? Thank you.
If these are all hands, bring them down. Let's know those who have questions, please. Azufa, Barrister, I know you have.
Azufa, okay.
Has a question.
Okay, please go on.
Barrister has a question. Can I go on?
For the job.
Can I go on?
Yes, please, ma, go on.
Thank you. Thank you, please. My question, ma, is as regards the high-level advocacy. Now, the high-level advocacy involves state governors, first ladies, commissioners, Ministry of Education, Women Affairs, chieftaincy, and so on and so forth. But we are in Nigeria, where it is difficult for the people that know the governor, that know the commissioner, even mayor, local government chairman, find it difficult to access these people. What are your tips to CSOs to make it easier for them to access?
Barrister, your network is lagging. I don't know.
People in your organization that are working hand in hand with this. Thank you.
Please, I'm not hearing her.
Can you hear me?
Your network
yes,
is
ma'am. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
No,
please,
if you can ask the question again, that would be fine. We can't hear you.
Okay, if you can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes, please go
Okay,
ahead.
my question is this: concerning the high-level advocacy that involves governors, commissioners, and so on and so forth, ministries. We know how difficult it is even for people that know these people personally to access them. Now, what are your tips for CSOs to access these people? Or are there any methods put in position, strategies by your organization to help access to them concerning this vaccine easier? I hope you heard me. Thank you.
I'm clear. Okay, thank you so much for your question. So we're going to take 3 questions, and we are going to take 3 questions. Then after Fam will answer, then we'll have another 3. So now I will give Okun Fred. Please kindly unmute yourself and ask your question. Okun Fred, can you unmute yourself? Thank you. And okay, while Okon is trying to get himself ready, please feel free to use the chat box to also ask your question in case you are having a noisy background. Fam will take the questions also from the chat box. Okay. Okay, Okon Fred, I can't hear you, so we'll move to Basil Ejigin. Oh, I hope I pronounced your name correctly.
Okon Fred.
Okay, Okon, Mr. Okon, please.
From the question that last speaker just asked, I want to make a contribution that in my state in Ebonyi, on the high level advocacy, we have just almost concluded the advocacy visits to the governor, to the chieftains, to the chiefs in the state and other places. It doesn't mean that this person must be related or known to the governor before you can go there. Just make your letters available to them, because when we started on this particular project, we wrote letters to ministries, wrote letters to the AZs in council, wrote letters to the governor, who now gave us the opportunity to talk with the deputy governor. We did that on Tuesday this week. So it doesn't need, it's not a difficult thing. It's to organize yourselves together, all the CSOs, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, and the team lead, the consultant of the state will lead you, and you get to the right people. For me, on this issue, it's not a difficult matter. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Okon, for that contribution. Basil Ejigin, can you unmute yourself and ask your own question? Mr. Okon, please drop your hands. After you ask your questions, please drop your hands.
Yes, madam. In fact, there's nothing terribly difficult about this high-level advocacy. It all depends on if we have a master of the terrains of social system where we work. For example, there's no stated channel of meeting these people. When we are members of this society, for example, in Imo State, we have personal relationship with members of House Assembly, permanent secretaries, and governors' personal assistants. We can walk through these channels and reach the topmost people for top decision making, which is very, very important. And I have to add that at advocacy, it is critical to note that community ownership is not possible without accurate advocacy, because at this level, that will build on community understanding of this project, the objective of this project, and their role to accept and to sustain this project for their own ownership. In fact, I would suggest that if I'm a funder, I will put more funding in advocacy than in community mobilization. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ejigin. All right, so I would hand over to, thank you so much. So I'll hand over to Fam now to answer the questions before we take more questions.
Thank you very much. You see now, the question the professors in our midst have all addressed it. The main question we had is how to assess the high-level advocacy. It is not a one-man show. We don't expect you to go alone to say you want to see the governor, you want to see the first lady. You work with the state team. That is why when you're going, we make sure you are integrated into the state technical working group, so that when they are going for advocacy, you are there. Before they go for advocacy, they will meet. There's usually a meeting where, and there's always division of labor, because you cannot cover all these people at the same time. If you have a large TWG member, some can go see the either the representative of the governor, others will go see the first lady, others will go see the chairman, and so on and so forth. These people, you go with them, with the state, so that you lend your voice when whoever that is speaking is speaking. That is, show your own angle where this, because normally when you go to visit, you want to see the governor can ask the chief of staff to see you on his behalf. And when the chief of staff is visiting, the spokesperson, which is usually the national representative coming from MPHCDA, who will speak, we go along with the commissioner, with SIO, with health educator, and so on. So it's a teamwork. And two people who spoke about this have told us that it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. There is no formal channel you can see. It must be official. It must be this. Even in an informal situation where you see them, you can also chip in. You know, the important thing is for you to be armed and with your knowledge, so that you give the right information when the opportunity comes. Like he also said, without advocacy, if the high-level advocacy have not said, yes, this program will go on, nothing can happen. Am I right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So, yeah, so it's very important. It's not exactly what you work with the state technical working group. Once you are integrated into them, you can give ideas what can happen. You're already doing it. It doesn't mean that it must come from your mouth, but at least where you are, make sure the right things are done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fam. So, Ejike, do you still have another question, or is this an old one? Okay, I'll call Mata Hassan. Can you please unmute yourself? We can't hear you. All right, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, good morning, everyone. My question is, should in case you're able to do a good advocacy and you're able to get the attention of the state government representatives, and they are willing to sponsor the awareness in other local governments, can you go ahead to do that?
Definitely. Definitely. Why we have, oh, sorry.
Please, let me, okay, there are other questions from the chat box. Let me just read that to you. I don't know if you are looking at the chat box. So someone says, this is a recommendation for high-level advocacy. The two CSOs assigned to a state can do it together to achieve great results before splitting to advocacy in their individual assigned LG.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, you agree with that. All right. Okay. Okay, please, you can address the questions.
So this last one now is assuming the state wants to do something not in your local government or in your local government and other local government. Whether, yes, your target at the end of the day is to increase uptake in the state. You know, you're coming from state to LGA because you cannot cover all the LGAs. That is why we have said you will stay in one LGA. Does not mean that the other LGAs cannot be utilized. Please, they can work in order or whatever they want to do that you know is positive, that will increase the vaccine uptake. Please, they can go ahead and do it. Nothing restricts them, just your local government. You don't specifically say the local government where you're working. There you're talking at state level, and every local government belongs to the state. So yes, they should do anything they want to do in any other local government to increase the uptake.
All right, thank you so much, Ma. We're already out of time, but I see Chima Henry's, and I think I'll just give you 30 seconds to ask your question. And Mama, please respond quickly so we can end this session. Thank you so much, Ma.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Ma, for the answers and the presentation. It was very lively and engaging. But I just, a quick one in addition to what the last person asked. A situation where you get assistance for in terms of funding to do the advocacy and mobilization in other LGA. Is there also the vaccination team at the facility or those going around in other LGAs too in the state? I don't know, from Primary Healthcare Development Agency, what is the provision for the state? Is it that the mobilization just, like it has been explained, is for 2 LGAs and the wards? Or is it that the vaccination is going to be for the state, but the advocacy and mobilization activities through the CSOs are limited to some LGAs? I want to know, please. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Let me quickly answer that. Yesterday, I think this was addressed. You have just 2 CSOs per state. If we're able to have CSO per LGA, if funding can cover that, that will be fine. Recall that this activity is a statewide activity. Mobilization is not restricted to the only LGAs where you work. Other mobilization activities are going on. States are also doing their own mobilization and sensitization activities. You know, you have the state health educator who also. Okay. Are you on now?
Mama, I can hear you. Okay, Fam. I think we lost Fam. Can you hear me, Ma'am? Okay, I think we've lost her, but we have already run out of time, man. So we have come to the end of this session. However, if you still have more questions, please feel free to drop it at the Fam. The session is over. We're already out of time. So if you still have more questions,
let them clap for me.
Please, please, ma, please, everybody, please appreciate her. It's not easy to have.
Okay.
So we appreciate
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma.
Love you.
Appreciate
you. Thank you,
She's
ma.
very passionate, and if you give her time, she can continue for the whole day. Like that's why we call her mama. So if
Thank
you have any,
you for your inclusive lecture.
please, if you have any more questions,
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, all right, thank you. So if you have any more questions, please kindly drop it at the WhatsApp group. I'm sure Fam can pick it up from there and still reply you. Any questions or any things you want her to clarify. So moving now to the next session, which is the use of ODK, Open Data Kits, and data evaluation, data reporting and evaluation. And my co-moderator will be taking over from me. That's our IT specialist, taking over with the moderation, and Abdul is the facilitator for this session. Abdul, are you here? Abdul Rashid?
Hi, Tosin, I'm here.
All right. So over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Tosin. Well done to the last.
Abdul, you have 1 hour for this session.
Oh, so I need to work with time. Good morning, everyone. Can anyone hear me? I can see college girls. So let me come on video so that you share. I'm not talking to an AI person. I'm not robots. Can anyone see me?
Yes,
clearly.
Yes.
Clearly we can.
Yes,
see you.
We can hear you. I see you.
Dr. Infinix, everyone. How's the training going? I hope you're enjoying it.
Great, interesting,
Very well.
Yeah, very well.
All right, so let's just dive into the business for today. So my session is on data reporting and ODK. It's a very interactive session. So if you know you are sleeping, wake up. If you are eating, stop eating. If you are busy doing something else, pay attention, please. So this session, we all will be doing we'll be on our phone, do one or two things. So it's very interactive, it's a practical class. I won't do much talking. I know my previous colleague have said a lot of things on sensitization, mobilization. So mine is practical. It's full of just practical. Thank you. Please, the admin can share the slide, please. Can you share the slide from your hand? Or let me just do it from my hand. Okay, so while I share my slide, I'm coming. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so sorry, go to no slide show. So you can do it. Come to the bottom slide. So who's presenting? All right, thank you. Please go to the next slide. Let me something. Go to the next slide. Next one. Let me confirm. This is my slide. Next one. Next. 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 Okay, go back. Thank you. So go back to this first one. Yeah. Thank you. So, good morning once again. Like I said, I'll be taking us on data collection, that's data reporting and evaluation. So I believe most of us are doing something related to data. You cannot be, either you are in public health or you are in education or you are in governance or you've done something related to community, you know you must have used data. And we know data speaks to everything we do. Without data, there is no evidence that you've been doing any activities in the community or in the states. So what does data reporting mean to evaluation? You guys know this already, but I'll just talk about it. It's nothing but what's getting information from the feed and document it for future use. And what we're doing here is we'll be getting data from the community. Like my colleague said, you'll be doing sensitization activities, and also be doing demand, you also be doing demand generation activities, you'll be doing advocacy activities. So all these activities we need, how are we sure that you're doing it? Fine, we know most of you take pictures and probably send to the platform. But do you know that picture is also a data? It's data also, pictures are data, but we also have some feed data I want to be collecting from the feed. That is, what kind of people do you mean? What kind of activities was done? And do you have any challenges? So this is how we know what's happening in the state. So in the baseline, data reporting is nothing but what's getting data from the feed and sending it to the upper level, which is the IVAC team. Next slide, please. So we'll be using what we call ODK. I know yesterday I mentioned in the group that we should try and download the ODK. Please, if you know you've downloaded the ODK, let me see your hand up. Just use the hand button to like I've downloaded the ODK. Okay, I have one person, one. I have 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, I have smart people here. Believe me, this will be an interactive class. Okay, I have about 10% of the participants. Okay. Oh, we have more people not downloaded. Anyway, if you didn't get downloaded ODK, it's fine. We still run these two together. So we help you to download the ODK. So, like I said, we'll be using what we call ODK. ODK stands for Open Data Kit. So before I go ahead with my training, I would like to ask, if you know you've used ODK before, kindly unmute your mic and share your past experience with ODK. How many people have used ODK before? Let me see from you. If you used ODK before, raise up your hand. If you used it before, not from yesterday downloading, if you have used it before on any project. Okay, I can see Badaria hands up. Badaria, can you share your last experience with using ODK? Badaria Sada, can you hear me? Okay, I have Kachala from Yobe. Katela from Yobe, can you hear me? Can you speak up a little bit?
Yeah, hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Kachela and I work for Royot. I'm from Yobe. My first experience with ODK is that we have conducted a baseline assessment, which we have collected data particularly on the ODK app, which questions have been developed, questionnaires have been developed, and then we administer those questionnaires through particularly the questionnaires like KI, and then we collected data through ODK. And then how we install it is that we actually copy the URL for particularly for the project which were being developed by the project team, and then we paste it to where it requires the URL, and then we install it up, and then we move to the.
All right, thank you very much, Kachela. So Kachela has a lot of things about ODK. So let me just take in a layman term what it's trying to say is we use ODK for data collection. It's just like you going to the feed with your questionnaire, like the manual way of doing things in the olden days. You go to the feed, you ask people questions based on what you have in your questionnaire, and you feed their response. And when you feed the response, you go back to your office, you collect the response, and you do analysis. So that's what ODK stands for. ODK is just what it's trying to do is it's trying to make the work easy. Instead of you traveling to a state with different questionnaires in your hand, imagine you have to attend to 1,000 participants. So going with those hard copy questionnaires, ODK make it easy with just your smartphone. So ODK is nothing but an open data source collection system. It's called Open Data Kits. It's equivalent to paper-based collection, like I mentioned. It only works on Android phone. I know here we have some people that are iPhone users, but I'm sorry to say that ODK only works on Android phone. Although there's an application for what's it called, for the iPhone, but I won't advise you to use it because when you are truly using it, if you want to send your data to the server, it requests you to make payment, which is individual payment, not a general payment. So it will cost you much. So that's why we advise only to be used on Android phone. So now what we do now is to enough of all this talking. Let's go into practical. Let's download the ODK. So how do you download ODK? Now I'll be calling names, so please pay attention. If you know if you don't download ODK before, I saw those that raised their hand up earlier. They've downloaded it. Chima, well done. Badaya, well done. They've downloaded it. So if you know if you not download the ODK, now open to your phone. Let's do some practical. Open your phone, go to what we call Play Store. You can see the step on this picture. The first picture is the sign of the Play Store on your phone. This is an icon of Play Store. Go to Play Store, click on Play Store. Please try and follow this training. Try and follow because you're using this ODK throughout on the feed. So please make sure you download this ODK here. And if you have any question, you use the chat box or by raising your hand up. Please, but here, you can lower your hands. This is an old hand. So let's go to Play Store. I've entered Play Store. Are we there?
We are with you, sir.
All right, thank you, Olabisi, for that. Then in the Play Store, you see a search button, click on the top of the screen, a search section, click on the search and type ODK collects. ODK collects. ODK collects. So as you type it, it will show you list of possible ODK. It might show you ODK version 2024. Just select the first one, the first option to show you. The first options. So you see an icon like what in our step 3 picture. You see an icon there. Then click on install. This will take us like just 1 to 2 minutes on network. Click on install. Are we there?
Yes.
Thank you, Adedeji, for that. Please, Chukwemeka, Emeka, do you have a question? I can see your hand up.
Yeah, I have a question. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, my question is in respect to the ODK. For me, I'm using an iPhone. So what do I do?
All right, thank you very much for that question. That was a good question and a smart one. So, like I mentioned earlier, this ODK works perfectly and is free on Android application. For iPhone, I also have iPhone also, but because of ODK, I have to get the Android phone. So let me share a little experience with you. There was a time I have to make use of ODK on the feed, and I have an iPhone, but because I don't have Android phone, I have to learn from my family member so that I use it on the feed when I come back and return it. Advisely, try and get an Android phone. That's just the solution for this, please.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mika. So are we there? Have we installed the ODK? Do you have any problem installing the ODK? If you've installed ODK, kindly use the raise hand button. Okay, I can see your Courageous Girls, Women and Child Initiatives. You have a question?
Yes, I actually installed mine yesterday, but after installing, as I opened, the first page I saw was collect data anywhere, and I was given two choices: configure with QR code, or the second one is manually enter project details. So I don't know how to go about it. I tried with manually enter project details, and it said the URL was wrong.
Courageous Girls, Women and Child Initiative. We will get there, understand? For don't do it yesterday, just wait for us, let's order download them so we on the same page.
Okay.
I will take you through to do from there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have you downloaded the ODK? If you downloaded the ODK, kindly use the
downloaded already.
Mr. Ajachima Oliver, I can hear you.
I've downloaded. Yeah, I've downloaded, yeah.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. Well done. I think I'll call some names. Olabisi, have you downloaded it?
I have it on my phone already.
All right. Well done. Thank you. Good. I have smart people here. I love this. Thank you, Barrister Chinye, Stella. Doris, can you hear me on this call?
Yes, I am. I downloaded it yesterday.
Good. Chima,
I just okay.
Okay, Sharifat Mustafa, your hand is up.
Yes, sir. Please, sir, can you reverse it a little bit so that I can be carried along?
Okay, I'll take it again. Download the ODK. Open your Play Store. Look, if you can you see the screen? Can you see the PowerPoint presented on the screen?
Sir, please
you will see the picture under the first step. Show you the icon, this icon of the Play Store icon on your phone. So look for this icon, Play Store on your phone, Play Store. Yeah. Are you using Android phone, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Click on Play Store. Well done, Rejoice. I will now. So that wasn't well done. Click on Play Store. Then go to search button. You see a search on the top of your screen once you open the Play Store.
Okay, sir.
Then go to the search section. Then type ODK collect. I'll type in the chat box ODK collect. Well done, Infinix S6716B. ODK collect. Type ODK collect. So you select the first one that you can see on your screen. ODK collect. Edna Elijah, your hand is up.
Yes, I've just downloaded mine.
Well done. Thank you very much. Well done. Let's have Sharifa Mustafa be on the same page, then we're good to go. Somebody just put something in the group. Well done. I love that. From African Alliance for Children and Youth Development. Well done. Good. Vivian Ajuku downloaded. Good. So Sharifat, Now you
Sir?
click, you see the ODK collects?
Yes, sir.
Now click on install. This is the install button.
Install, yes.
Click on install. It takes you 1 minute to install, 1 to 2 minutes to install, depending on your network.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
I will do so.
Once install, let us know. So let's give people, let's like 5 seconds for everyone to install it. Well done, Aisha Mohammed Kanu Cow for that, for downloading the ODK. I think I have smart people here. Thank you. I love this session.
Well, my name is Hope Wadisha. I've just downloaded my from KIF Delta State.
Well done, Hope, for that. Sorry, Mark Bali, you have a question or you downloaded it?
Oh no, I downloaded already. Downloaded. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I think we can move to the next slide. Now, after downloading, open the ODK and let's see what it's showing you. And tell me, I will call names. You tell me what you can see on your screen. I'll start with my Obu doctor, the noble data, Dr. Ejione Esipe. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Can you hear me?
I hear you. So
what can you see?
I have already added. So where I am now is showing at the top .kobo2ball.org. It's showing me to start a new form. So I can see draft, ready to send, download form, delete form.
Okay, which URL do you enter?
Yeah, I use it as displayed on your listing. I use HTTPS kc.kobo2box.
Yeah, I'll be sending the updated URL. I notice the URL. Not for sure. We're using a different URL actually for this training.
Okay, so we are not using. You mean we're not using? We're not using this one that is displayed there.
Yes, just wait. Let's be on the same page with others. So, Guest Initiative. I know it audios yesterday. Now, what can you see on screen? College Girls, Women and Child Initiative. Can you hear me? What can you see on screen?
I actually used the information on the screen to log in.
Don't worry, we'll change it. Don't worry.
All right.
Let's come to people that can see step 5 on their screen. Adedeji. Your hand is up.
When I opened my own, what I have here is collect data anywhere.
Thank you.
That's step 5. Whatever. Configure with QR code.
Good. If you can see the step 5 on your, if you can see the picture, the step 5 would say collect data anywhere. You have 2 buttons, configure with QR code or enter project details. That enter manually. Click on manual, enter project details. Click on the second button. Manual, enter
project details. Okay.
Yes, click on it, please.
Done.
So the next thing you see step 7, you see where it asks you to enter URL, username, and password. URL, username, and password. So I'm posting the URL and username and password in the chat box for us to see. Just copy, please. Our advice always copy. So copy. Sorry, my system is angry.
Lisa, can you repeat yourself? I missed out on that.
So have you downloaded the ODK app?
Yes, I've downloaded, but it's showing me somewhere configure a manual, or that's where I'm at now.
Click on the manual enter project data. Manual enter project data. Details. So manual enter project details. For those of us that have gotten to the URL session, this is the URL, username, and this is the password. To check your chat box, you see it there. Please, admin, keep posting, keep helping to copy and paste it again. So for those that have configure it with the different password before. Don't worry, I'll teach you how to change it. Don't worry, just let's have those that just download the app to configure it. So we're on the same page. Type in this URL. URL is http. Kola Giwa, your hand is up. Kola Giwa, can you hear me? Okay, I guess maybe.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Your hand is up. I have a question?
Yes. Yes. My question is, I'm on the, I've just launched it and I have demo project, start new form. So manually enter the project. Where do I do that?
Okay, you can see demo projects.
Demo project plus new form. That's the first field. Then draft, ready to send, download form, delete form. That's what I have on the, after launching the.
That's you have on your screen. Okay.
Yes.
I think you've skipped this aspect of the collects data anyway. So just wait while you join. How I teach you how to navigate to that print again. Just wait on the call.
Okay.
So, from Center for Family Health, your hand is up.
All right, thank you. I'm done with it, with the whole details you gave, and the page that I am with now is download form. Then there are two options: HPV phase 2 community activity. Then the other one is vaccination data.
Mr. Uzoma, you are the A student. Those that know
no,
that.
We try, sir. We try, sir.
I know before. Let's don't worry, we'll get to that place. Let's understand.
All right, sir.
Well done.
All right, sir.
All right, Mr. Dedeji. Your hand is up.
It has taken me to the same place. I've added the URL, password, and user, whatever. Has taken me to start new form, draft, also ready to send, download form. That's what I want to tell you, sir.
Okay, well done. So, do you have any? Okay, Mr. Taye Martins, right? Or Matthias? So I didn't get that name. It's not full yet. Can you hear me? Taye Matthias.
Yes, sir. I'm able to log in.
Okay.
Yeah, where it's telling me start new form, drafts, ready to send, download form, delete form.
Okay, do you use the URL in the chat box?
Yes, sir.
You did, right?
Yes, sir. I use the URL and the password and the username.
Okay, well done. Courageous girls, I can see your hand up.
Yes, I just wanted to tell you that I've corrected mine to the URL you sent on the chat box.
Wow, corrected on your own.
Yes.
Oh, let me clap for you. This is a special gift
Thank
for
you.
I well done. Purpose Osamwani, your hand is up. Let's make this interactive. If you have questions, feel free to raise your hand up, ask questions, so that we can be on the same page. I know some of us already either for, but it's fine. You can take us back. We don't mind.
So if you add up to your URL, what happens to the username then?
Sorry?
Okay, if you had added up to what you said to copy and put on the URL, that had been done. So what happens to the username?
So the username is this year Nigeria. If you check the chat box, it's there. This is Nigeria, and the password is this year Nigeria 2022.
Please, the moderator, please, my network was bad, so I just come back. Please, right now I'm on mobilization and vaccination data and HPVC phase 2 community activity.
When I come to that side, we'll get to where you are. Doris, your hand is up. Doris. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I'm hearing you. Can you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Doris.
Okay, I put the URL and I also put the password and the username. So you brought me to a draft, a page with draft, ready to send, download form and delete form. Am I at the right place?
You're on the right page. You're on the right page. Good.
All right, thank you.
Okay, please, Lapo NGO, kindly mute your mic as you're not speaking. Lapo
Yeah,
NGO.
I can hear you, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Okay, do you have a question? I noticed that your mic have been on.
No, I just want to tell you that my start new form trial ready to send download form and delete form.
Okay, good. So now what we'll do is admin, can you stop? Admin, can you talk to the next slide? Admin, next slide. Do you see
my hand is up.
Admin.
Sorry, sir. My hand has been up, but you haven't given me the opportunity to speak.
Sorry, please, sorry.
Sorry, sir. I have a challenge with my laptop. The screen is completely blank, but I could still hear. I couldn't see anything that is displayed. I had to navigate to my phone. And they had asked that we use laptop so we will be able to use the ODK. I had downloaded the ODK since yesterday on my phone. So I just clicked on it now. What I have here is start new form, draft, ready to send, about permissions and blah, blah. I don't know where to go next. It's as good as starting all over.
So did you use the right URL? The one I posted in the chat box?
Okay. No, I was logged out by my network.
Okay, so now what we'll do is now we want to check the URL to be sure we're on the same page. So that anybody that missed out the URL can use the URL. So admin, please can you stop sharing? Let me
how do I get started? That's my point. So I can follow
just
pace.
Just look at my screen now. I'm going to share my screen for something. Admin, can you give me permission to share my screen? Okay, I can share. Okay. Now, can anyone see my screen? Anyone see my screen? Go on this page.
No, the screen is blank. The screen is blank.
Yeah. Can you see my screen now?
No, the screen is blank.
It's blank?
Yes, we can see it. Okay, now we can see.
We can see it.
Okay, let's do this.
It's blank. It's gone blank again.
I can't see it. It's blank.
It's blank. It's back.
I see now.
You know what we'll do? If you know your
go to form manager.
Wait, let's just wait. Hello, can you all listen, please? If you know you've raised your hand, kindly lower your hand so that we can know if you have a question. So lower your hand, please. Lapo NGO, is it an old hand or a new one? So I can be sure when you raise your hand up. Maybe is it an old hand?
Yeah.
I've
lowered my.
Okay, now if you can see my screen that said start new form, form. Okay, let's do this. I'll call it somebody. Well, girls, what can you see on my screen? What can you see on your screen?
I can see start new form, draft, ready to send, sent, download form, delete form.
Good.
Exactly where I am here.
Exactly where you are. Good.
Yes.
Paula Giwa, before we proceed, I saw a hand up. You have a question?
Yes, you said you will get back to me. I told you the page where I am.
Yeah, you said your question was what? Sorry, you are a demo, right?
I said the page on that after launching the app, the screen I see is start new form, but I located the setting and I just entered the website and the others there. So you said you will get back to me.
Okay, but
that after launching the app, I have start new form, draft, ready to send, and so on.
That's what you can see on the screen. We are on the same page now. You can see what I have on my screen, same to what you have on your screen, right? If you look at my screen, can you see what my screen? We have the same
Yes.
thing, right? Bless you. Sorry.
Click on download form.
So now what we'll do is on the top, so everybody please listen. You cannot typically mute your mic. Admin, can you help me do that?
Okay.
If you're not speaking, kindly mute your mic. If you're not speaking. Okay, good. So now what I want us to do is click on, you can see this yellow icon on my screen. This place that have K at the top right section of the screen. The top right. See top right. You see a place, this icon yellow, this yellow icon. Click on it. Once click on it, you see a dialog box that will show settings. Click on the settings.
Click on what?
On the home screen of your on the way you open the ODK app, you see a icon on the top. Yours might not be yellow, it might be blue or green. But you see a like a button on the top right of the screen. Top right. Can you see it here? Top right. Let me see your screen. Is it showing the top right? Can anyone see it? Top right.
Yes, you can see it.
Now on your own, it might be green, it might be red. On your own, it might be green.
Mine is yellow.
It might be red, it might be any color. But click on that place, the button, click on it. Did you see it? Once click on it,
we've done it.
Please mute your mic.
When you click on settings, select the first option, which is server. You see a server URL, username, password. Click on server. Now, if you click on server, now cross-check what you have there. If it's tally the URL that the admin has been posting since in the group chat, I've posted on that one again. You can copy and paste it. So you go to your URL, click on the URL, copy the previous one. So the one I posted in the chat box, I see what I'm doing. I'm doing that now. I'm copying. I'm trying to change my own. Do the same thing. You copy. In the URL, you put OK. Username is something. You change to Nigeria. The password is this year and 2022. So let's do this. So for Kolagiwa, hope you are following. So just get I've done our own data state. I don't have a question. So this is how you change your URL. You used a old URL before, or you didn't get to input. So I'll take the process once again, so that for those that have missed, if you can see my screen, there's a yellow icon here. On your own phone, it might be blue, it might be green, it might be purple. It's possible. It comes with different color. It's designed. So on this top right of your screen is a button. Once you click on it, you take it to show you a dialog box which shows settings, add project. Then you click on settings. There's a settings button. Once you click on it, it shows you list of project settings. So you select the first one, which is server. Click on server. Once you click on server, it will show you URL, username, password. So I will call names now to confirm if you have done this. Vivian Ajoku. Do you get?
Yeah.
Are you on the same page?
Yes, we are on the same page.
All right, thank you. Well done. African Alliance for Children and Youth. You know, I think I need to give someone's gift from this training today. I have smart people here. I don't even know who I'm going to dedicate my gift to. Okay, let's keep going. I'll find the winner at the end of the session. So if you've done that, you put your username and password. Then let's go back to the home screen. Let's go back to the home screen where we have You start new form, draft, ready to download, send, download form, delete form. So from the home screen, what we'll do is we go to the fifth button, we say download form. The fifth button, download form. Let's click on the form, download form. We click on it. I have one of my smart nursing that was on this page. So this is your question. Once you click on it, it will show you two forms. HPV phase 2 community activity vaccination data. Angela, Ebel, you're not clicking with your mic. How many of us are on this page together? How many of us? I want to see your hand up. Use your hand button. Before I call next. I'll be coming live.
I'm on the page.
Well done. So just get use my
I'm on the page.
Oh, well done. Good. So now next thing we need to do, let's proceed. Since most of us are there.
On the page.
Good. So next thing to do is to click on this button that says get selected. That's the button on the bottom right of your screen. The bottom right of the screen, which is get selected. Can you see it? Get selected. So, but make sure, please, before you click on it, make sure you check the box. The two boxes are being checked. These two forms are checked. Then click on get selected. Get selected. Once you see all downloads succeed, that means your username is correct. But if you have another error, that means you've entered the wrong URL.
Gbanyụọ switch ahụ wepụ touch mpa. Wepụta gbanyụọ switch ahụ wepụ touch mpa.
My own is saying all downloads succeeded.
Good. What are you saying?
All downloads succeeded.
Please try to look like you answer.
Facilitator, please, can I ask a question? I'm raising up my hand.
Okay. If you don't have a question, can you lower your hand? Let me see if I can see those that have a question. If you know you don't have a question, can you lower your hand? Let me see those that have a question. Okay, Lapo NGO, I saw your hand up. You have a question?
Yes, I'm lost, sir. I'm at server settings.
You are server settings. No, you're not lost. You are here with us. So what you do is for your server setting is we have a URL in the chat box.
Sir.
Copy the URL and put it there, put the username and put the password.
Okay, sir. I've done that. But I'm still there. You don't take me to another place.
So use your back button. Use the back button to go back. Just click on back button.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I've done that. And I'm at project settings.
Please, if you know your own, kindly mute your mic. Yeah, Lapo, I can see. So it's gone back. If you go back,
yeah.
Go back yeah, wait for us from there.
I've gone back. I'm at project settings.
Go back again.
Which I'm seeing. Okay. Okay, I'm at draft ready to
So if you
send.
see the same thing that I have here now, let me show you. You can see this, right? Start new form.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
now,
sir. Yes,
okay,
sir.
just wait for me, then I'm coming. Let me attend to others. Azufa woman. Azufa woman.
Yes, sir.
You have a question, so hand up.
Yes, at that download form, I can't find the two forms.
What are you seeing? Nothing.
It's showing server requires authentication.
It means the URL and the password you put was wrong. You've entered the wrong username and password. So what you do again is follow my screen, go to the top button, top right of the screen. You see a button there, something like this. Yellow. Click on it, then click on settings.
Yes. Okay.
Then when you click on settings, then it shows you project settings. Click on server. So
yes.
Now from server, what can you see from the server?
server URL, username, password.
Good. So now copy what we have. I'll paste it now. Admin has been doing that since, thanks to our honorable admin.
Okay.
So you make sure you copy the URL. Copy it. Look at it. I paste it in the chat.
Okay.
Copy the URL, copy the username, copy the password. Once you type, you might
Okay.
make mistake in typing.
Yes,
So
I actually typed it.
So once you do that, use the back button to go back to the home screen where you have start new form by clicking the back button twice. So let me take the next question. Yeah, the next person is Glow Work NGO.
Thank you very much. I also got lost the same way she got lost. After typing in the new URL. So I didn't change the username. It was the IVAC that was there before that was there. So it's like you have changed it to DCL Nigeria, something like that.
So you're going to change the username and the password. The username and the password.
Okay. So I'll do that now. Thank you.
Thank you. So Olabisi Omololona. Sorry if I pronounce it wrongly. Sorry, please. Olabisi, your hand is up. Olabisi, can you hear me? I guess network. So do you have anybody again? Do you have anyone? Okay, I think she's the only one. Okay, Kolagiwa.
Yes. It says no form to download when I click download form.
You said what?
It says no form to download when I click download form.
That means are you sure you entered the URL I placed in the chat box?
I think I did.
So this is what we do. Kolagiwa, we can solve this. Click on this yellow button you see here. Can you see it? Where my screen is?
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Click on it. Your own might be green or any color, or it might be yellow.
Mine
also.
is blue though.
Green. Okay, click on it. Then click on settings. Click on settings.
Done.
Then click on server.
Okay, I've done that.
Then copy the URL in the chat box and the username and password. Change the URL
from the chat box.
Yes, to what is in the chat
I
box.
just typed it out and the username and the password.
Sorry?
I typed all of those.
Please try and copy it.
Maybe I should copy and paste.
It's good to copy. Maybe you copy. So what you are copying is, if you can see my screen, look at my screen very well. Under the URL, you are just copying from the HTTPS down to the .org.
Okay.
Under the username, you are putting DCN Nigeria only. So you not write username DCN Nigeria or no, just put DCN Nigeria.
Okay, my own username was different. It is what you have here at IVAC HPV that I put in.
No, let's have what. That's why I stopped sharing my screen.
Okay.
So that's why she used what's in the chat box. Everybody have used what's in the chat box. Use the chat box. Admin, please can I post it again? Thank you, Admin, for keep posting it.
Username.
So we tell the chat box is there. Oh, Ahmed, Dakar, something like that. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, please, what happens if you already have a project on your ODK?
No problem with that. There's no problem.
Okay.
It's a different server, so it does not affect each other.
Okay, but how do you add? Because I have inserted all the necessary, but I couldn't get to the add new form. Hey, download forms. It wasn't showing.
When you click download form?
When I go back, I cannot see the download form. It's only the draft ready to send, and that's all.
That you are seeing on your screen?
No, I'm talking about my screen, not the one you are displaying.
You know what I'm saying? That are you using
Yes, I know. I know what his problem is. Let him go and update his ODK to the latest version. It will work.
That's what I'm going to. You are using an old version of ODK.
Okay.
Go to your Play Store and update your ODK, yes, and come back.
Okay.
Please let's take. We're running out of time. Kolawole and Musat from Oyo.
Yes, thank you. I am at a point where I am seeing all downloads succeeded on my phone. Should I click the OK and go ahead?
Yes, click OK and yes, just click OK. Take it back to your to what can see my screen. Click OK. You know, let's just take those that are behind to meet us to beat on. But the real Sada.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, your hands up.
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, sir. Now I put that URL and username. So now I'm at the HPV phase 2 community activity and vaccination data. So should I get selected or should I choose one?
One get selected.
All of them?
Yeah, both of them.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So caller giver
All downloaded success.
All right, good. So now click on back button to take it to the home button to where you see start new form. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Good. Caller giver, this you have a question, but I'm about to move to the next section. Caller giver.
Please, I don't move.
Dr. Mary.
Please, my hand is up. Sir, I'm still having challenges. I have only been able to copy the URL. The username and the password has refused to open. I have to copy. I decided to write it down and typed where necessary, but it's not being activated.
Okay, Dr. Mary, we need to see your screen to be sure where the message came from. So just hold on after this session, we'll talk offline about it.
I think Doctor, why copying, Doctor should take note of the iPhone there. If you omit any of the dots, it won't pick.
No, I didn't omit. Is there any dot where you have username and the password? No.
No.
For the URL, I copied. I was able to copy the URL, but the username and the password, I haven't been able to copy that. So I wrote them down and typed where I was supposed to type them, but nothing happened. It's just there.
Don't worry. We'll
check if there's
I have to see the issue. So let's proceed, please. Let's proceed. We're out of time.
Okay.
I'll still be available for everyone after the training to reach out to me to solve the problem. So now, let's see. Courageous girls. For those of us that have downloaded the form successfully, now let's click on start new form. Start new form. Now we have two forms. Let me explain these two forms for you. Please listen. Can you move your mic? Let's pay attention. Now we have two forms here: HPV phase 2 community activity and vaccination and data. Now, what this is saying is this. You know, the previous facilitators spoke about sensitization activities that will be happening, and also will be having the mobilization activities. Let me explain in case you missed that point. Before the main campaign, but before the rollout, one of the things you will be doing in the field is to sensitize stakeholders, parents, community members on the HPV, pay advocacy visit to key stakeholders in the states. Also, trying to curb rumors in the states. My first colleague said a lot of things about that. Now, as you are doing these activities, we need to be sure, we need to be seeing what you are doing from our own hand because we are not in your states. Fine, like I said, you send pictures speaks, but we need to attach something to it. That means we need to have a data that says you are doing this, you're doing that, you're doing that. Or you've done this, you're still doing this, or you do this. So the first form here, which is the HPV phase 2 community activities, will be used during the period of the sensitization period. That's before the campaign. During the period of sensitization period, we'll be using this first form. Why the week of the campaign, that's vaccination week, when the vaccine will have been rolled out from the national level, and you will also be on the field. At that time is when we use the second form because data is only capturing activities on vaccination, not on sensitization activities or on advocacy activities. It's capturing everything you'll be doing during the campaign, as in the vaccine rollout. So I would just take that again, just to understand what I'm saying. The first form will be used before the vaccine rollout. That's it will be used for sensitization activities in the community. While the second form will be used during the main campaign. That's the 1 week campaign for the vaccines rollout. Thank you. So now what we'll do is I will need a volunteer, which we click. So click on the HPV phase 2 community activities. I need a volunteer that will take us to this ODK. So next thing, can you read what you have on your screen? Is nothing available? Or Africa Alliance for Children and Youth. Africa Alliance for Children and Youth. Can you hear me? So just girls, your hand is up.
What I have on my screen is demography.
Demography, good. So since you have that, can you take us to move to the next question and tell us what you can see?
I'm seeing name of CSO.
So right now we have a very important guest. Because of his time schedule, we just have to pause a little. We have a very important person on this meeting. His name is Dr. Richard Koko from the World Health Organization, WHO, and he just wants to give us a word of encouragement, a brief goodwill message. Dr. Richard, over.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I'm really delighted to be part of this. I know that this had been ongoing for some days now, but unfortunately, we've not been able to actively participate throughout. All the same, as supporting the program, the HPV introduction, it's a good one to be part of this meeting. We all know the concerns and knowing the morbidity and mortality, especially caused by cervical cancer, being a big public health concern in Nigeria. And of course, still continues to be a big health concern, especially in middle and low income countries like where we stay. We know the efforts CSOs have been making all through the first phase, where there were 16 states, and I think that through the efforts of CSOs, quite a lot of achievement was made. Up to 4.9 million girls were reached, and this is thanks to the effort of the government and involvement of CSOs. And this is quite, Nigeria stood out as a country, knowing our population as having that kind of coverage for girls in a first round multi-age cohort campaign. This is also an opportunity to commend the government for the efforts and ensuring that a lot of NGOs, CSOs are all part of this collaborative efforts to see that we prevent cervical cancer in our girls through HPV, vaccination against HPV. We really want to commend the efforts that the CSOs in mobilizing communities, engendering accountability, and ensuring that with the wide network of coverage, we're able to reach eligible girls and no one is left behind. As part of commendation for government and other partners, the IVAC team that have been really top on this game in terms of collaborating and ensuring that CSOs are also part of these efforts. We are going into the second phase, which is the for 21 states, the phase 2, which will end the introduction in these 21 states. We are hoping that just as the efforts in the first 16 phase 1 states, we would redouble even better our efforts in seeing that we get to all the girls in the crannies and every part of the communities, knowing that with your large and expanded network, we will be able to reach girls in difficult circumstances, in difficult terrain, hard to reach, to ensure that no one is left behind. We want to urge that we continue that spirit, we continue that effort in relaying with the community members to ensure that there's great awareness, especially for this second phase, to ensure that girls really providing the necessary information that will empower the community to ensure that these girls, the parents of these girls, bring them out for vaccination. We have had this success and hoping that for this second round, beyond the multi-antigen campaign, we will also promote efforts to ensure that they come out even for routine immunization, because these vaccines will be available at health facilities even after the campaign. So it's not a one-time effort. It's going to be a continuing effort that you'll be involved in to see that even girls that miss during the 5 days of the campaign will continue to get these vaccines, and as they reach the age of 9, they will present themselves to get these vaccines at every health facility around the country. I want to say that WHO is part of this effort and supports the government in all these efforts, and will continue to support beyond this campaign. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Richard. It's good to know that the WHO will be supporting the HPV vaccine, and we thank you for all your support. So now we're going to go back into the ODK voting template. And we have just 10 minutes for this session. We've already taken a lot of time, and we need to respect our Muslim brothers. So Abdul, you have just 10 minutes left for this session. Thank you.
Thanks for our guest speaker, Dr. Koko. That's one of our reliable partner in the country. So I'll just jump in. Like you say, we are running out of time. I know this session is an interactive section and a practical session. So we keep having it even outside the training. Like we have a WhatsApp group where you can lay your complaint on. So I believe for those of us that can see the question, let's just stick to the question. The next question is the name of CSOs. That means you'll be writing your name, like for each activity. Sorry, for each activity that you do, you are meant to write your own. You're meant to fill this form and send each activity. For example, let's say courageous girls pay advocacy visit to the, let's say, the community leader of social community, and there was a picture there, the start picture, sensitize them on HPV. You're meant to, once you leave there, you're meant to fill this form and send so that we can see what you are doing. So the name of CSO is something that is very important. Let's say we have CSO A. Then the next one is the date when this activity was conducted so that we can be sure you conduct the activity, the date and the time. So it is an automated, once you click on the date, it will give you the date of that day, but you can change the date. The time also, you can adjust the time, but to give you the accurate time while you're filling this form. The next question is your phone number, just to be sure you are on the feed, or if you have any questions to ask. Then the location, and get this right. Now, this one advantage of this app that I must have missed earlier on is this app can work offline. Offline, what does that mean? You can go to a community that has no network, make use of, do all your activities, store your data there, save it. Then later on, when you come down to the office, you can send it to the server. So this location means it will pick your accurate location to be sure that yes, you're on the feed. We use this to be sure that yes, you're really on the feed, that it just form data for us. So if you are from the northwest, pick the zone you are from. Then you pick your state. Let's say you are dealing with Edo, for example. So let's say dealing with Gombe. Then the next one, we put the AGA from Gombe. Then we have the ward where the activity is happening. Then we have, next one is the settlement area. Then, so I'm just testing this. Then we have name of vaccines champion. We have type of activity conducted. It might be advocacy visit, it might be sensitization visit, it might be a step down training. So also have where the events take place, might be the town hall or at schools or markets, any place that is not listed, they can put orders to fill the place. Then the type of IEC material you use might be a flyers or banner, so you just fill it. You fill it. The community reach, who are the target of audience, who were the people you went to go and meet? Is it adolescents or caregivers or community leaders? You pick one. Number of people reach, let's say 23. Number of female, 36. Male, 6. Adolescent, let's say 8. How many are 6? Caregiver, let's say 5. Number of in-girls, let's say 5. Number of out-girls, let's say 5. Now, this is, if you have any challenge in the field, let's say you don't have none, just put none. If you have a challenge, just write out your challenge. Now, once you are through, please, this section, I want you guys to listen to this last section. This section, I want you to listen. If you know you are through with your form, you don't have any errors with your form, you know you are sure what to fill, then click on the finalize button. But if you know that you still want to make some adjustment to your form, you click on save as drafts. Save as drafts. The reason is this: when you save as a draft, it's like you use a normal text message. Once you are typing a message, you didn't send, it will save there for a while. You save there until when you come and send it or delete the message. So save as draft, it will save the form that okay, this form will still be in use, but it will not be finalized. So now let me save as a draft and see what happened. Once you save as a draft, it go back to the home page and show you under your draft now, it's now reading 1. Your second button draft is reading 1. I'm trying to beat up the time, please. Your second button is now reading 1. That's the draft. If you click on it, it will show you the form you fill. You can see I fill this form 1132. That's 11. I just submitted it. I just saved it now. So it's saved on Friday. It's also date. So it shows that this form that I saved is still here. Once I click it, I can go through the form to make any adjustment I want to make. Let's say I want to make adjustment on number of male. Let's say it's 5. I'm going to take and put 6. I've made adjustments. Then I'll say go to the end. I'll click go to the end button. Then I'll finalize the form. Now, once I finalize the form, it will move from save to draft to ready to send. Ready to send. Ready to send. So if you click on ready to send, your form is here. You just check it, connect to the internet, and click send selected. Once you do that, it will tell you sending form. You see, HPV vaccine to communities successfully submissions. This means it has been sent to the server. If I come back to my own page now, it's not there again, and it's not in my draft, it's not in my ready to send, it's not in my sent. This sent will show number of forms that you've sent so far. So I will be sending, what's it called? I'll be available in the group chat. If you have any question, you can reach out to me directly on the group chat. And also, anybody, please, assignment for those of us that are followed to the end. First person to fill this form and send to the server, we have a gift for me, a special gift for me. Thank you very much. I know we have some questions. Let's use the chat box or the WhatsApp group to ask our questions while I hand over the mic back to the moderator. Thank you very much.
Do quickly go through the other form for the implementation week proper.
Okay, thank you. The moderator just extend my time. So let's go to the other form. Thank you for that. So on the other form, which is the form that I said to be happening during the implementation, like my colleague said, which I said to be happening during the campaign, the rollout. If you go through the form, we have your location is very much always pick your location. This is to be sure you're on the field. You didn't just sit down in your house and fill form for us. We know if you sit down in your house, we know, so you have to be on the field. Now the states, I think let's use Imo this time around. Now the AJ Imo, I will use this. The word, I will use this. Settlements, I will use this. Please, sorry if your name falls with this. I know I'm joking with my job. Next, the name of CSO, let's say, the town, that total word in the AG. You want to know the number of words you have in AGA on that particular AG. Let's say it's 43. I know my colleague have talked about settlement segregation yesterday. So we'll talk about tell you the AG you'll be working and the word you'll be working. I believe she explained this yesterday. I was part of the meeting. Number of unique settlements you have. Number of vaccine. Now, yesterday my colleague mentioned vaccines champions that you'll be selecting in the at settlement level. So we want to know as CSO how many vaccine champions is under you. We want to know. Now, during the campaign session, what we're meant to be doing is to mobilize target group girls and target eligible girls so that they can take the vaccine. That's the idea of the mobilization. So you want to mobilize people that to take the vaccines. So we want to know total number of girls mobilized by vaccine champions is 23. How many of them we attached to the vaccination team? We also want to know that. That's all. Then you save if you send if you know your data is sure that your data is correct. If it's not correct, you save as a draft. So I'll save as a draft so we can see it how you save as a draft. Once you save as a draft, you go to your draft section. From draft section, if you click on that section, you can go to your data again to be sure I have the right form. Then you go to the end. If you know your form is correct, then self-analyze. Now, if you can see, I have ready to send on the third button now, on the third button, because why? My form is ready. I've finalized it. Once I come, I checked it and click send. This form will send to the server. So, like I said, first person to send these two forms to the server, put your right phone number and name, you get special gift for me. Thank you very much. And thanks for the moderator for adding to my time. Over. Bye.
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 I
Thank
have
you
a
so much.
question. Can I
Bye.
ask one
Thank you for the
question?
session.
Question, please.
Question and
Can I
answer.
ask a question? Okay,
Is
my
your hand?
question is name of CSO. Sorry, this is Courageous Girls. Name of CSO, is it the name of the CSO or the name of the organization?
It will be your name of your organization, please. Your name of organization.
Please, let's obey the rules. Okay, so we are going to, if you don't obey the rules and regulations, I might have to mute you. Please, let's obey the rules and regulations in this group. So I'm going to start with Blessing Akombi.
Thank you. So my question is, during the training, the practical, you asked us to send, just the data that we send, can we delete it? So Under that, probably the delete form, can we just go there to delete probably the wrong thing that is just what we use for practical now? Can we just delete it so that to not disturb some other ones?
Sure, you can.
All right, thank you. And so any more questions? I can see Sada. Can you unmute yourself? Sada. Okay, I guess that's an old hand. Then Engin. Can you please unmute yourself? Miss Basi Engin.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Speaking from Better Community Life Initiative, Imo State. I know the importance of data and program management everywhere. In this particular project, ODK, specifically, what is the entire purpose of it in this particular project?
Thank you so much. Is there any more questions? Because we don't have time. So, okay, Dr. Ejiro Gene from Delta.
Thanks so much. Yeah, my question was, it's almost like what the first speaker said, but as she was speaking, I wasn't hearing some things, so I don't know if it's exactly the same. So when the instructor was putting us through just now, so I was following up and just imputing things which are not necessarily correct. Maybe when they ask a word, I would just put something there. So I did it to the end and finalized it. So I don't know whether that one will interfere with anything or it doesn't really matter. But I was just going through as he was instructing us.
No.
So thank you so much. So I'll hand over to Abdul to answer the question, but please feel free to use the chat box to ask your questions because we might not have time to take all the questions. So Abdul, over.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Dr. Eju, good, that shows how proactive you are. It's fine that you use some data set just to fill in the data. So you can send it this period from now to tomorrow. We're in the pilot section, so where you can send in anything you send, it's fine. Just to practice the form to understand what use of it. So we will inform you when you should stop sending something that is not right. But now for this training for today and tomorrow, you can send it just to practice and to get used to it better. So we know how to do it from our own end. I think someone has a question. I think you get the first question about why are we using. I think I'm right.
Yes, yes.
What's
What's the purpose of this ODK for the training, for the whole project? Yes.
Oh, for the whole project. Okay, so I've mentioned, but I'll say it again. Like he said, the person mentioned that he knows about data very well. When you have a project you are running, or you have activities you are doing, and you don't have data to support it, believe me, you can't boastfully say you reach 100 people or you sensitize 20 people in Anambra. Where is the data? No data for it. So you're just saying it with your mouth. I can come out and say I've reached 200 people, but without data for it is wrong. So we know picture as data, but sometimes pictures might not speak alone. That's how we're using this data. So what we're doing now is, as you are going to feed sensitize people, as we're conducting advocacy, sensitization activities, you are meant to come back and give us update on what you've done, which is by filling this form. So we're looking at the form from our end. I'm like, okay, Imo State has been doing a lot. They have been going for social sensitization. We've been seeing it from our back end. As you send it, it's going to the server. And from the server, we have what we call a live dashboard, which is projected in our office where we can see what is happening daily, every day. So it's also a form for us to checkmate any state that is not doing any activities. We can easily know. So if you're not even doing any activity, we know because you're not reporting. If you come and tell, I've been going I've been going to session to school, I'm going to social place, but we're not seeing it on our own dashboard. It means you're not doing anything. So data is meant to track the activities and also a way of evidence that this activities was done. And yes, we have it in record. I believe, answer this question. So why I'm using ODK is because ODK is free tools. It's free and some of the most popular tools you use when it comes to feed activity. Yes, we have other ones like Kobo to collect, we have Redcap, we have Survey Monkeys, we have Google Form, yes. But ODK is free. It can work offline. That means now that you download the form, you can be using that form for the next 3 months on the feed. You don't need to connect to internet when you want to send your form to the data. But while you're filling your form, you don't need internet. So it's free. You can work in a remote area where there's no network, and it's easy to use, very straightforward. Believe me, I know some people here like Dr. AGO have catch up everything we've said in the training. So that's why I'm using ODK. Thank you very much.
Okay, so one quick question. Barrister Chinere said, assuming my battery goes off while I'm in the field, can I enter the information in my office? Will it still capture my location?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for that, Barrister Chinere. That is why the first question we have there is location. It's one the first question. So what you can do if your battery is going off is first get the location. Once you enter your form, get the location, then you can leave the form like that. It will see, then you can save it as a draft. That's why you have to save as a draft. Once you get the location, save it as a draft. If your phone off, it's fine. Then you fill in others when you power your phone. You fill in other questions when you power your phone. But the first thing you need to get is get the location so that you can be right. Because there's a way we check the locations to be sure that, yes, you are on the feed. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm afraid this is the amount of time we have for this session. So Mr. Adedeji, we might not be able to answer your question, so you can please put your hand down. If you have many more questions, please don't hesitate to raise your question at the group chat. Then some people are asking for your number, for Abdul's number. His number is on the group chat. If you're in the WhatsApp group chat, you have access to his number. Then somebody said, can we have a recorded presentation of all the 3 days? Management would get back to you on that if you'll be able to have the recorded presentation. So now we'll be moving to the breakout session. I'm posting the link now on the group chat so that everybody would have access to the group. So we have 5 groups right now. We have 5 groups. So please feel free to interact with your group members in your group chat. So over to my IT specialist. Okay, so for this breakout session, we are going to be, sorry, just a minute. So for the breakout session, we're going to be discussing about community advocacy, sensitization, and mobilization template. So just like the previous sessions, you are going to have a group leader who is going to moderate the group, and there'll be a pen holder jotting down everything that is being discussed in the group session, and the group leader will present at the plenary session. So the questions that are going to be asked are, what are the likely challenges that CSOs will face during community advocacy, sensitization, and mobilization for the HPV vaccine introduction in your community? So second questions are, what are activities that can be conducted to mitigate the challenges? Who are the stakeholders you are going to involve in these activities? And what are the possible outcomes of these activities? So you all be shared into different groups, and you have 30 minutes of this session. So please do not let us waste time, because once the session time is over, you are going to move to the main group. So we're going to be splitting you now into different groups. Thank you.